bit of baby oil just to wipe it up. We get the 5-point bullet out of the way. Tonight we are talking about why high value men have a lot of pride. We're really talking about that tonight, the Club Fillers Inc. YouTube channel, and why you should have a lot of pride about yourself and be proud about whatever you build or whatever you have and whatever you have in life as a man. You know, there you go. Baby oil, always. Got to keep the body, the skin moist and moist, you know what I'm saying? We got to keep it moist. Dr. Boyce, Watkins, you know what I'm saying? So we're keeping it moist out here and we're keeping it as positive as we can.
If you have a situation where, let's say, the man is the boss typically is considered to be attractive by a lot of women that work beneath him, right? Women don't typically chase the guy in the mailroom. They chase the guy who's in the big corporate suite. They want, and we live in a world, give me a yes if you agree, if you understand this, if you've seen this. We live in a world where women are not always these little bashful creatures who are waiting for some man to pounce on them or to chase them down. Some women are pretty aggressive. Some women, when they get around a man, you working for Idris Elba and you ain't had none in a couple of years. You got some women that are gonna go climb the fence and do whatever they got to do, right? They're gonna make their move, right? I mean, let's just be honest, right? We know sometimes women can be aggressive, and I know these things because I've been in a category of men where, you know, when you get famous and you have a little bit of money, suddenly your jokes become funny or you become the most interesting man in the world, and women who wouldn't have given you the time of day are suddenly interested in you. I've seen this. I've seen women climb fences and run up. One lady at an event came up and was rubbing her boobs on my shoulder and everything. It was kind of weird. I told her to get off me. Anyway, so here's the thing. I bet you every nickel in my bank account that you won't hear any mainstream media break it down the way I'm going to break it down for you right here. Lizzo being sued for all these different things, from bullying to I think they even threw in racism and fat shaming, to things like sexual harassment, where a lady said, you know, I was forced to eat a banana out of a lady's cooch, or she shot a dildo out of her vagina and I had to catch it, right? That a lot of these suits are linked to the fact that Lizzo has been paid. She was set up. She's been paid to promote a culture that is full of debauchery and devoid of any form of accountability. You're being paid to promote a whorish black female culture and an extreme culture. You're being paid to basically push the envelope and to be as wild and as crazy and as nasty and as irresponsible as you can be. That's your job. That's her job. Her job is to have shows where women are launching dildos out of their vaginas. If that's my daughter, if that's my female friend, I'm like, well, you do know that telling somebody to catch a launching dildo out of a vagina, you do know that is that doesn't mix well in the workplace. Imagine if you worked at UPS or Kroger. Imagine if you was at your job at I don't know, Wendy's or something, or maybe you work at the corporate offices at Xerox, and they have a Christmas party, and they say, "Hey Bob, come over here and catch this hoochie hooch flying out of a lady's booty hole." Like, would you think that could be considered problematic in the workplace? Do you think that might give you grounds for a lawsuit, where you could then turn around and say, my drunk boss told me to pull a toothbrush out of somebody's butt crack or whatever, right? Seriously. I mean, this is the kind of crazy stuff that was being consistently promoted. This sort of wild, irresponsible sort of behavior that doesn't work in the workplace.